This is my time, my grind. Promise I'ma do what's right. Open eyes, see the sign. Now I give it all.
Okay, hello my Chunsters. My name is the Chun, and it's time to have some fun with Forza Motorsport 6 and the lap battle series. And we are kicking it off with a very interesting lap battle because today I am going to test the theory when you're tuning your car. What's better, power or handling? And now, since we're tuning a car, I felt it was appropriate to go out and get a true Japanese tuning icon. And so, we have the 315 brake horsepower Toyota Supra RZ. I've got the standard one here, as seen in blue. I've got a power car, because it's hot, in red. And I've got a white one for handling. Why white? I don't know. It just seemed appropriate. Here's the thing, okay, so the standard car weighs something like 1.5 tons. Now, here's the thing. I went and tuned them up. So, for the power car, I upgraded the engine to the max. I didn't do a conversion, I just took the standard engine, put all the upgrades on it to see how it would go. And now the other car, I got everything that I could do on platform and handling. So the tyres were upgraded, softer tyres, wider tyres, suspension was lowered, weight reduced, brakes improved. Literally everything I could do to help the car corner, I did. Now that did have a slight effect on the acceleration. Now I'm not going to lie to you, the handling car does accelerate better because it has 200 kilograms removed in terms of its weight, because that helps with handling. It also helps with acceleration, but I can assure you that the standard car, that the handling car does only have the 315 brake horsepower that the standard car has. Now, as for the power car, well, that was a bit more interesting. You see, I upgraded everything. The turbos, the manifolds, the camshafts, everything. Everything was upgraded. So in the end, the power car produces 956 brake horsepower and around 743 pounds per square foot of torque. And I will make this perfectly clear, I did nothing to the handling. Nothing at all. So in terms of handling, that car is completely standard. So here's how this is going to work. I went to the circuit of the Americas, and I ran all three versions of the car. The power car and the handling car, because that's the experiment, and the standard car for shit sand, really, just to see how much it would lose by. Now we're going to see those laps run side by side, and we're going to see just how much of an effect power, handling, and standardness actually have on a car. Okay, so here we go. Standard car is in the left, top left, the handling car is the top right, power car is the bottom. So let's see how we go. Now, quite instantly, the first things that you'd expect to see happening, the power car's taken a very early lead, but then again it's off the line. We're into the first corner now, all cars are getting through there quite easily, and instantaneously the handling car is already pulling back the advantage on the power. In fact, it's the first car out of the second corner. The standard car actually now just leaving it. Now through the chicanes is where I expect the handling car to make up the big advantage, and it has. It's really quite a long way ahead, and in fact the standard car seems to be pulling back a little bit against the power car there, as it's able to go through those corners more smoothly, not so much power to pull it and push it out of line. Now that actually the handling car is a long way ahead of the other two. At this point, it's taking these corners much tighter, with a much tighter line. It's exiting the corners much quicker. But the power car may stand a bit of a chance to get some points back, some time back in a minute. We're about to enter the big long back straight on the Circuit of Americas. The standard car is nowhere really, but it's entering the braking phase just as the other two cars are leaving the corners, and here comes the standard car. They're all on the back straight now. So which one enters the braking phase first? It's handling versus power really, because the standard car is falling back a long way, and it's going to fall back quite a fair bit on this straight because both cars accelerate a bit faster. So which car's braking first? Downshifts are happening on the power car. Has basically completely evened up the fight, but not enough. The power car's not quite brought it back, but it's close. The handling car, they're snapping into oversteer. The power car, power oversteering, it's power sliding, and the standard car's actually not that far behind after that big long straight, and takes that corner actually perfectly. So here we go, we are seeing a big long right-hander coming up. The handling car actually sliding wide there. The handling car not finding that too problematic. Those two cars are pretty much nick for knack, and they're through the long corner as the standard car enters it. So the standard car is a long way behind, but the handling car a lot quicker through that medium speed left-hander there. And again, another medium speed left-hander. The handling car using up all the road, a little bit off the road. In fact, it blew onto the AstroTurf, but it's okay. Handling car now through that corner. Can it catch up on the straight? It doesn't look like it's going to. And it's not. 238 for the power for the handling, 240 for the power car. Standard car coming up to the line right now. Last car running, and it is quite a long way behind. It's gonna be a 252. So there you go. After all the tuning, the handling car actually had a lower performance index than the power car, and yet it's 2 seconds faster. And that's probably because it was the Circuit of Americas. The Circuit of Americas is a very even track. It's got long back straights, it's got some big straights and big hills, where power can really come to the front. But it's also got a lot of medium speed corners in there and some slower speed corners. And as a result, due to the fact it was such an all-rounded track, the fact that the handling car was more poised and more precise with its cornering, that really won through in the end. And so I'm not surprised. I kind of thought that was going to happen because I didn't think the power car was going to be able to maintain any control at all. Standard car, didn't think it'd actually be that far behind, to be honest. I thought it'd be a little bit closer to it than that, but there you go, that's how things go. That's quite an interesting lap battle. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and join me again for more Forza Motorsport 6, but for now, see you later. So what's actually happened is, I've got a lot of people who aren't getting booked, and they're not happy about it. Fuck! Fuck, it didn't work! It did not work! It did not work at all! That's such a bad plan.